Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying out a bunch of new makeup products. I have the new Huda Beauty Icy Nude palette, as well as the other products that came alongside of it. And I also have a few things I've been really curious about. So let's get started. So I've been seeing these foundations everywhere, and I've been wanting to know what the hype is all about, so I got them. These are the Tier Cushion foundations. I have 3 types, I believe they have 5, but this is what I got my paws on, and I had to like label them on the back so I could remember what the differences were between each cushion. So this one is probably the most recognizable because it's a vibrant, beautiful red. This is the red cushion, and it has high coverage with a semi-matte finish. This silver cushion, the Aura cushion, has a semi-glow, and it also is natural coverage. And then this pinky one, the all cover cushion, has high coverage and a matte finish. So I've been trying these out since having them. I feel like I gravitate towards the silver one the most, so that's what I'm going to wear today. And I have the shade 23 and Sand, but I'll have to do a video with like side-by-sides of me applying each one to see like a visual difference. I haven't done that yet, and I'm curious myself. I have kind of written off cushion foundations because most times the shade range is pitiful, but Tier's shade range is one of the better ones for sure. Is it perfect? No. They continue to bring out deeper shades and extend the shade range too, so I am hopeful. And there's a lot of like K-beauty brands and Chinese brands that want to cater more towards the West, and if they want to, they need to definitely bring out a wider range of foundation shades. The one thing about cushion foundations is I'm not sure if I love doing this forever. My arm gets tired, but it does create a really nice finish. But halfway through my application, as you can see, I'm a little bit sloppy with it. Maybe you can't because you're so zoomed out. I just bring out a foundation brush and I just dip right in. I have a weird little like popped eye vessel or something right here. I thought it was an eye crusty, but it's not. No, it's not. So please don't think it's an eye crusty too. It's something weird. It's something weird, not gross. And you can just see it right now. This has such a nice finish. I love its medium coverage. Like this is kind of like my go-to kind of favorite effect when it comes to my skin, like a nice soft glow, but it's not too dewy or oily looking. It just gives my skin nice dimension, and I'm nice and covered. And I've been testing these out for a few weeks. I just haven't had a video to slide these in, but I really like how they perform throughout the day as well. They kind of just stay put like what it looks like now. I'll bring you up closer so you can get a really good visual. And my favorite thing is that it feels like absolutely nothing on my skin. It is so ultra lightweight. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup in the slightest. I really like how this headband looks. I got it just for makeup videos, but I think I'd just wear it like this. It's kind of cute. Reminds me of my childhood too. Anyways, I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. I'm feeling very inspired by the Icy Nude collection imagery that they came out with. I think it's the first time I'm ever feeling excited about winter makeup, especially since I'm in the midst of my favorite thing ever, which is autumn makeup content. I'm feeling like I want to use like a really nice, cool pink cheek effect to balance out the cool tones, but they also came out with 2 new shades and one of my favorite blushes ever, the blush filters from Huda, and they're in brown tones. I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand so you can see them. So here's Latte. Gorgeous, such a me shade. So is this one. This is Coco Loco, and I'm loco for that cocoa, that's for sure. These are so up my alley, and this formula is so delightful, you guys. It's just like the perfect mix or in between of like a liquid and a powder. It has like a powdery finish, but like the application and ease of use of a liquid. Oh, it's delightful. But in this Icy Nude collection, she also launched one of these horrifying face glosses. She has traumatized us before with this type of product. One of them had like a suspended like pearly balls in them. This one truly gives petri dish this time. Like look at the little pigment bacterias in here. Woo! Did you hear that? It sounded like almost a car crash. I live by a crazy intersection that should definitely be a 4-way. There's literally an accident four times a week. I don't know. Anyways, when I first opened this, I was like, should I be grossed out? It actually made me hungry because it made me crave those little fish cakes that are on ramen sometimes. I should probably feel a little bit grossed out, but I still want to rub it on my face. So what does that tell you? I don't know, but I'm gonna touch it now. But I'm going to see what it does with this Rare Beauty brush. Oh, that's actually quite pigmented. I think that's actually really cute. Wait, what's happening? I feel like this is it's so ugly, it's cute, but in a makeup product. I'm going to just reapply a little bit of foundation here. I'm going to put both shades of the liquid blush on, one on each side, so we can see what that looks like. And then I'll wipe and then do the base again, and we'll catch up again. Okay, so I'm going to throw on the shade Cocoa Nude in the palm of my hand since it is a deeper color for my complexion. I'm taking a different Rare Beauty blush brush here. Oh, actually this is a Huda Beauty Face Cheek Color brush. And I'll apply that shade right here. Oh, I really, really like that. That translates a lot more mauvey pinky than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a little bit more raisin brown, but I'm not mad at it. I actually quite enjoy that. That's going to be on my face a lot. And now I'm going to take the other shade, Latte. I'll just throw this one directly. I'm just slapping on a lot so I can really see what the color looks like. Okay, wow, love both of those shades a ton. Oh, this one's so good. So much more pink than I was expecting. I'm kind of shocked. This is what I thought that shade would look like, but not that one, hey? Do you agree, or were you seeing something different from the start? I'm happy I swatched all of those blushes because I think I'm going to just go for this one because it turned out to be a lot more pink, and I think it's just going to solve my dilemma because I really wanted to use this formula today, but I wanted a pinkier blush. So this is perfect. And I'm going to put this like directly on my cheekbone for that kind of I'm cold look that I'm hoping to achieve. This is the blush placement that I'm seeing in all of the promo photos. I will say my cheeks are a little bit irritated, so might look splotchy, but hopefully that will calm down by the end of the video. It's gonna look whack for a second, but the motto of this channel is trust the process, and if there's happy little accidents, that's fine. And if the happy accidents are actually bad accidents, then I can wash my face and restart, which I'm not afraid to do. I don't have any more cream products I want to use for my base, so I'm going to conceal now using my NYX Bare With Me concealer. It's just been the concealer that I've been using this week, so I know it the best, and especially if I'm trying out a new powder, I want to use a concealer I'm a bit more familiar with. And the powder I'll be trying out today is the Tower 28 Getset powder. I have the shades Pink and Translucent. I think I'll use pink under the eye, although this isn't really giving me pink in person. A little bit, I guess, but not much. And maybe I'll use translucent on the rest of my face. So as always, I'll take one of my smaller Huda Beauty powder puffs, and I really pick up a lot of product, and then I pat and rub in the palm of my hand just so that it's evenly distributed on my powder puff. Ooh, wow, that is instantly extremely blurring. And I'm sweeping that excess with this brush here. Wow, that is really, really nice and blurring. I really dig that. Now I'll switch over to a bigger powder puff with the shade Translucent. It's looking a little bit white to me, but we'll see. My cheek is so splotchy. So splotchy. I really irritated my cheeks doing all that. Wow, that powder is so nice and blurring, but it didn't cut all the shine out of my forehead or anything, which I do enjoy. But underneath my eyes, that is so softening and so diffusing. I like that quite a bit. I have these fun quads from FLORASIS. Aren't these so pretty? Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to use this shade right here to bronze and contour my skin. It looks like a nice happy medium of the two. This is the Eastern Beasts Sculpting Makeup Palette, and this is in the shade 01. And this is the palette in 02. But I wanted to show you them in pristine condition before I dip my little fingers in there. I struggle with these types of products from these brands because I just am so sad to damage the perfect imprints in them. I can't believe how detailed FLORASIS can get their pans. It's just immaculate. It's crazy. So I'm going to take this bronzing shade. I swooped away all that detail already. Oh, sad. Ooh, that's a tone I really, really like. The blush color in here looks really cute too. Ooh, it feels so nice to blend out. It feels like I'm blending nothing. It's so fine and powdery and nice. And I'm using this 143S brush from MAC to blend this out. I can't get my mind off an icier highlight, so I went and grabbed this one from Rare Beauty. It's the shade Mesmerize. Ooh, my skin is so angry with me. It's making things look patchy. So I'm going to take a brief moment to do my brows off camera, so please enjoy the kitten intermission. I took a longer intermission to figure out what eye look I wanted to do today. I know some people don't like when I come with the eye look finished on one eye. I just had to do it today. I felt like I couldn't get my ducks in a row. Here is the Icy Nude palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of hard to show on camera because of the reflective pans. I'll tilt it to the side so you can see it better. But here are all of the shadows in this palette. I think this one's really pretty. See, you can't tell what it looks like here. There. I think it's so pretty. I feel very inspired by this one. I feel like it's similar to the Rose Quartz palette, but a little bit more refined in a way, less pinky, but there's still a lot of really fun cool tones, yet some warm tones. I feel like you can get a lot of different looks out of this. I wanted to take some subtle inspiration from Dress to Impress for this eye look, especially because in the PR kit with this Icy Nude collection came this hat. And this is a hat that is in the game. So I wanted to create a look with this hat on head. If you don't play Dress to Impress and you love playing Barbies as a kid and dress up games online, you need to get into it. Dress to Impress has been what I've been doing with my evenings for weeks now. It's my favorite thing. And the Halloween update, oh my god. So to begin this eye look, I took my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade All Around White to kind of carve out a cut crease. So I'm looking into my mirror straight on because I wanted my cut crease to kind of float above my natural crease. And I also took that around and underneath of my eye. And I opted for this pencil because it's kind of powdery and not so pigmented as white pencils go. This just acted as a good base for the lighter eyeshadows I wanted to use. Now I'm filling in this gap, and then I'm taking this brush right here. This is a BK Beauty 210, and I'm going to blend this out. I am now going to take this brush from Emma Smith. It's a 247, and I'm going to take the shade Oneself, which is like a light gray. And I'm going to bring this alongside that cut crease I created, as well as up and out. This is just going to set my eye primer and kind of bring a little bit of depth. Now I'm taking this ColourPop E29 brush, and I'm taking the shade Poised and Oneself. And I'm going to kind of drag this on the line that I created. I'm going for like a soft cut crease. I'm not going for like a cut one. Taking that Smith brush I was just working with again, I'm taking the shade Poised with a little bit of Oneself in it, and I'm going to rub this all over my outer corner. Kind of pointing the end for an angled look. Now I'm taking just direct poise and I'm putting that lower onto my eye right here, and then I'll drag the rest up. Now I'm taking just that poised shade and I'm going to take the point of this angled brush. This is Sigma Winged Liner EO6, and I'm taking that point to kind of carve out and redefine that cut crease, blending that with oneself. Now on a flat brush, I'm taking IDGAF, which is the pink in the corner, and I'm going to set that Makeup Forever eyeliner pencil with this, and this is also going to help to brighten and kind of clean up all of the gray colors I was just using. And I'll also wrap this underneath. Now I'm picking up this really small angled brush. It's a Smith 203 with the shade She's Rich, which is the deepest color of the palette. And I'm taking this on my lower lash line, just right here, leaving a space from my direct outer corner to right here. And I'm actually going to draw a straight line following that angle from the middle of my eye directly outwards, creating kind of a upside down mini wing. And I'm going to create a wing up top as well, following that same angle. If it gets messy right here, that's an easy fix, so just worry about the top line. This is the Half Magic Flick Eraser Makeup Correcting Pen. I just wanted to give it a try. Oh, that actually works out pretty good. Now taking a small refer brush, I just had it, oh, right here, the 13 mini. I'm taking that poised shade again, and I'm blending this on my lower lash line all the way across until I've reached the light pink shade I threw under here. Wiping that brush off, I'm taking the lightest shade Oneself, doing the same thing, just a little bit lower. I'm taking the shade Avalanche, which is the white, on a random brush, and I threw that right in the negative space just to lighten it up in between this double liner look here, to make it pop and to make it look a little extra clean too. I'm now taking my finger with a bit of the shade Iced Out, which is such a nice kind of pinky blue duochrome color. Look at that, it's so dramatic. And then I kind of put this right in the middle of the look where the gray met the light pink, and it has like a really nice creamy feel to it, so it really adhered to that super powdery base. And then I took a little bit of the shade Platinum, which is the pure silver. It's so nice, and I graced that right on my lid, right where my lashes are. Then I took some Fix Plus to dampen an angled brush, and I took that Platinum color and I threw that in the inner corner. Something I also received is this Half Magic Beauty Glitterpuck, and this is in the shade Oh, I've dropped it and it broke everywhere. Well, I think I can pick it up. Get back in there. Thank goodness it didn't fall on the floor. I would have quit. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm just gonna smoosh it back into position. Okay, well, this is the color. It's literally everywhere. Oof. Well, isn't she pretty? I'm gonna just take some off my desk. It's the Glitterpuck in the shade Cyber Diamond. I'm going to take some and just layer that kind of everywhere. Everywhere, because it already is everywhere. Oh, so pretty. I'm putting on my mascara now. I'm using my volume curling one from CLIO, and I'm kind of pushing my lashes so they go straight up. Oh, I love this eye look. Oh my gosh. This is so fun and different. Now that I'm seeing the look almost complete, I feel like it would really benefit from like a powdery pink blush over. So I just quickly grabbed my Dior in pink. I feel like this is the perfect one for this look. And I'm stacking it over that previous blush. Oh yeah, that's exactly what this specific look needed. And this is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. There we are. Okay, I'm loving this. Although that Half Magic Beauty thing was a disaster, it's really adding an extra veil of fun to this look. So we're finally at lips now, and Makeup Forever came out with these Artist Color Pencil Extremes, but in the same shades as the original Artist Pencil. So I'm kind of excited to have like a waterproof version of some of my favorite colors ever. So I went ahead and swatched them side by side. So up top are the original color pencils, and down here are the extreme versions. So we've got Limitless Brown, Endless Cacao, Wherever Walnut, and Anywhere Caffeine. So you can see a subtle difference in the finish. This looks a little bit more blurred, whereas this has a little bit more of a texture to it, which is pretty common for these two different types of pencils. With this look, I'm thinking the extreme version of Wherever Walnut all over, and then I might define with a little bit of Endless Cacao. Oh yeah, super glidey. Oh, that's exciting. I really like having like a full-on, full coverage version of some of my favorite lip colors. We'll see what happens when I add a little bit of Endless Cacao. And I'm blending right away since these dry down super quick. To keep with these 90s tones, I'm going to take a little bit of my Fleshpot lipstick from MAC. And I dabbed on like the tiniest bit, but even then it still adds a ton of contrast. And now I'm going to layer on one of these. These are the Full Filler lip glosses from Huda Beauty. I really did not like the original round that she came out with, but these ones all have like a frosted glitter to them. Sometimes glittery glosses act a lot differently than like flat colored glosses, so we'll see. I'm going to take the shade She's Flirty. I'm in between She's Flirty and She's Glitzy. Glitzy. Had to make sure I read glizzy, but I was like, it's gotta be glitzy. Ooh, I think I like She's Glitzy better. I remember what I disliked about it is the applicator applies way too much gloss and it just gets to gloop central right away. So I just wiped off my doe foot here and I'm just trying to scoop the excess. Yeah, and it still settles into all of my fine lines. So still not on the Faux Filler lip gloss train, but I'm just gonna roll with it for this look. Oh, see, ew, maybe I won't because I still have a lot of yapping to do and it's glopping. And here is the finished makeup look with hat on head. I'm feeling actually pretty optimistic about most of the products I tried out today, even for this, which I'm honestly super shocked about. I thought I was going to shit on this so hard, but I ended up kind of liking the effect. So we'll see if I actually use this thing. I'll have to give you an update in a future video, but it was actually really pretty on the skin. I don't know. I'm usually like a face gloss hater. It didn't really feel that glossy. I'll have to see. I'll have to wear it for like a day before giving you my full opinion, but I'm actually surprised that I liked the effect. Strange. The one product I did dislike was the Faux Filler glosses, but that's nothing new. I was hopeful to see if like the glittery pearly versions were better, but it still really settled into all of my fine lines on my lips and it was super gloopy. I had to wipe off a lot so it wouldn't create those gloop strands. These are still a big no-no for me, but other than that, I really like my makeup. Like, my skin looks so nice. I'm so happy my cheeks kind of finally calmed down. My skin just looks so nice and smooth, and my eye look, like, I love seeing my eyes in something so different than my usual. I feel like I look like all the skiing ads I grew up looking at. So I guess starting with my base, I really enjoy the Tier foundation. My favorite thing about this is how lightweight it is on my skin. I don't feel it at all, which is so important to me. I just am kind of flabbergasted how much it does for my skin, like for how much coverage it adds. It doesn't feel like anything on my skin, and it has really good longevity. This gets my stamp of approval for sure. It's actually a quality product. I really enjoyed how the Tower 28 powder looked underneath of my eyes. It looks a little bit lightening on the rest of my face. Even then, I really like how it made my skin feel. I still feel really nice and softened and set. My oils haven't come through yet, but I still have dimension to my skin. It didn't cut all of my shine, but it's still blurred. And I'm happy I tested it out with this concealer that I know so well. Like, it hasn't moved or budged at all. Nothing has been settling into my under eyes, and my under eyes still look really nice and softened. So I really like this too. For the quad here from FLORASIS, I feel excited about it. I actually think I'll use all 4 shades in this palette here. What's fun about this one, I thought it was just going to be kind of like a setting powder, but it's actually like a really fine and light highlight. Like there's like a subtle sheen to it. So I think that would actually be really pretty. This blush looks like a really nice everyday blush. The highlight in this specific quad isn't glittery. It's actually a nice satin finish. And I really like the tone of the bronzer. So I see myself gravitating towards this kind of product a lot, especially for traveling. It's pretty nice and thin and lightweight too. I've been such a fan of like these little face palettes lately. They're just so easy. And for these 2 new shades in one of my favorite blush formulas ever, I'm so excited for these 2 new colors. I think my love for these shades might surpass the other previous shades. Oh, like these are so me. These are 2 of my favorite tonal groups, like that mauvier kind of tone and that caramelly soft brown kind of tone. Ooh, I think I'm gonna get so much use out of these. For the Icy Nude palette, I adore the eye look I came up with today, and I believe I saw Huda say that this is her last like bigger eyeshadow palette for a while now. She said for maybe forever, but I have trouble believing that. But I really love what I created, and I feel like this palette has like hints of a lot of her previous palettes, but just kind of refined into one. I really like the mattes in here, and the shimmers are fun. I feel really connected to this palette for some reason, but if you don't feel that immediate connection when you look at this palette, don't pick it up, but if you do, you might want to consider it. I think palettes are such a personal preference kind of thing. I feel like all the brands have refined their eyeshadow formulas, so they're pretty good all across the board. So if you are drawn to a color story, go for it, but if you're not, don't do it because you'll never reach for it. But for me, I really like the mattes in here. The shimmers are really pretty. I don't know, I feel really connected to this one, so I'm personally so excited to have it. And for these Glitterpucks, thank goodness that it has that kind of creamy jelly texture, or else I would have wasted so much product. Thankfully, I was able to salvage most of it. I just realized I never swatched both of the colors. I was a little bit panicked of the mess I've made. The pinky color is the shade Dopamine Sparkle, and the silver is Cyber Diamond. I really prefer Cyber Diamond. But this one is like a pinky base with like a super golden glitter. But this, so pretty. I like how you can adjust the intensity as well. Like you can go in full like this, or you can sprinkle it on kind of like what I did all over the eye look. I think these are super fun. And then lastly, for the lip liners, I'm really excited to have this kind of more waterproof, intense version of my all-time favorite lip liner colors. So this is a for sure yes to me. So if you have tried the Makeup Forever artist pencils in the past and they just didn't have the type of effect that you're looking for or the longevity with the kinds of lip products you go for, I think this is your dream come true as well. And that's going to wrap up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll have everything I used listed and linked in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!